This is the OTB Television Network, a service of Capital District Off-Track Betting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. A tremendous weekend of racing out at Arlington Park and, of course, rolling along at Del Mar and a week's worth of action from Saratoga. But we're going to kick it off at Monmouth Park, ladies and gentlemen. The Philip Island for older horses going 1 1/8 miles. San Pablo, who we saw over the winter time in New York, the 9-10 favorite.
They're off in the Island. And it's El Doffer for the lead. On the outside comes Ponzi Scheme and Small Town Talk in Toby's corner right there too. And outside of them, San Pablo, who was just a step slow to get going. And the trailer is Gourmet Dinner, and he's well off the pace as the field makes their way to the first turn. And it's going to be Ponzi Scheme, Small Town Talk in Toby's corner, goes a bit wide in third. Drafting in behind him is San Pablo in fourth. El Doffer broke well is back running in fifth, 4 lengths off the lead, and it's another 5 to Gourmet Dinner. 23-2 was the opening quarter mile as they move on to the back stretch. Small Town Talk is the leader by 3/4 of a length, with Toby's corner second on the outside. Ponzi Scheme is down at the rail. The pace starts to slow down a bit, and then it's in fourth San Pablo after a 47-2 half mile, and San Pablo's got 3.5 to make up. El Doffer is next, and Gourmet Dinner is 11 lengths behind with a half mile to go. And the leader is Small Town Talk. Out there 1.5 lengths from Toby's corner in second. And then it's Ponzi Scheme. San Pablo pushed along for more now. Chris DiCarlo asking run from San Pablo on the far turn, and now they've taken third. Small Town Talk in front. Toby's corner's under a ride. San Pablo's put to the whip. So is Ponzi Scheme. El Doffer hasn't got going yet. Gourmet Dinner is last. 3/4 in 1:11.3. They're into the stretch. Small Town Talk, Toby's corner. San Pablo running gamely after them on the outside. Toby's corner, San Pablo. Small Town Talk digs in at the fence. San Pablo's taken the lead. Small Town Talk and Toby's corner left behind as San Pablo and Chris DiCarlo pull away in the Island. And then it was Toby's corner or Small Town Talk, Gourmet Dinner fourth.
And San Pablo scores the victory, having won the Birdstone Stakes up at Saratoga. Follows that up with a 3.5 length score in the Grade 3 Island on Saturday afternoon at Belmont Park, returning $3.80 for Todd Pletcher. Two back was the beaten favorite in the Monmouth Cup at 7-5, but redeems himself 2 races later. Toby's corner, 1 for 5 since beating Uncle Mo in the Wood Memorial, finishes second as the second choice at 8-5, and Small Town Talk, longest price in the board by far at 28-1, finishes third in this year's Island. Up to Canada, ladies and gentlemen, for the 1 1/4 Sky Classic at 7-5, excuse me, Scalo.
They're at the post. They're off in the Sky Classic Stakes. Stormy Lord broke well, as did Pender Harbor, and Stormy Lord sent right to the front by Justin Stein. Smart Bid comes on second, and Miami Deco saved ground to the backstretch. Pender Harbor's gathered back in fourth position. Scalo's in fifth and 4 lengths off the lead. Then we have Eye of the Leopard, and Hotep at the back of the pack is Forte de Monami. Stormy Lord dictates the pace, 26-2 for that opening 2 furlongs. And it's Stormy Lord. Justin Stein is coddling this chestnut's 3-length lead. Smart Bid is second. On the outside, Pender Harbor third, and Miami Deco is fourth. Then we have Hotep and Eye of the Leopard. Scalo is drafting behind horses, has 1 horse beaten, Forte de Monami. Stormy Lord's opening half mile was 51 seconds flat. They head toward the far turn. Stormy Lord with 5 furlongs to go. Smart Bid is second. Pender Harbor inches up to the outside. of Miami Deco now takes over third. Miami Deco's back in fourth. Eye of the Leopard is fifth, 3 lengths off the lead. Hotep. Then we have Scalo at the rail, Forte de Monami, and it's Stormy Lord, 15 and 3 for 3/4. Stormy Lord with 3/8 to go. Smart Bid continues to press on between horses. Pender Harbor's on the outside. Hotep, Eye of the Leopard, Miami Deco, Scalo, Forte de Marmi. They're inside the quarter pole. Stormy Lord asks for his best now. Smart Bid between horses. Pender Harbor, Hotep, Eye of the Leopard. Scalo is just in behind horses. Forte de Marmi down the center of the course. Stormy Lord, tough as nails on the inside. Surging late. Forte de Marmi. Stormy Lord on the inside. Forte de Marmi. Forte de Marmi won it for Alex Solis. Stormy Lord was second, and Scalo was third.
But it is Alex Solis for recent inductee into the Hall of Fame, Roger Attfield, and Forte de Marmi scoring the victory last for the first mile of this race, but then a very, very nice final quarter run to the wire, returning $14.10. Stormy Lord finishes second, and the 7-5 favorite making the North American debut, first time Lasix. Scalo finishes third in this year's Sky Classic. Brilliant weekend of racing on the turf at Arlington Park. Up first, the inaugural running of the American St. Ledger on the turf at 1 mile and 11/16 at 8-5 Jackleberry.
They're off. Racing in the American St. Ledger. I Owe You Big Time broke well with Lumberyard Jack, the 2 out in front. Lake Drop and the red cap is right there on the outside. Here's Bridge of Gold Keen for Kieran Fallon, and now up and vying for this early lead too. But it's I Owe You Big Time in front. I Owe You Big Time leads by a length to Bridge of Gold, and toward the inside is Lumberyard Jack right there as they make their way toward the first of 3 turns, and the German-bred Zeidersee right there as well. Around the first turn, it's I Owe You Big Time in front here for Jeffrey Sanchez. Takes the field through a quarter on good ground in 25 seconds flat. Bridge of Gold is second as they come toward the top of the straight. Zeidersee third, Lumberyard Jack fourth, Jackleberry is fifth, Lake Drop is sixth. Then Lethal, 20-time winner Helicopter, and Lemonade Kid takes up position in last. I Owe You Big Time galloping easily out in front. This half mile in 50 4/5 seconds. I Owe You Big Time gallops along in front of Bridge of Gold, who's 2.5 lengths in back with 1 mile to go. Zeidersee and Lumberyard Jack a joint third. Jackleberry is 5 from the solo leader at the second turn. Lake Drop is next. Lethal still together in the back of the pack. Both Helicopter and Lemonade Kid. 6 furlongs in 1 minute 15 2/5 seconds. They go to the back of the course. I Owe You Big Time. Smooth sailing out in front, leading by 3 to at the inside Lumberyard Jack together with Bridge of Gold second and third. Zeidersee is being asked to pick up now by William Buick in that 4th spot. Zeidersee is 4 from the leader. I Owe You Big Time as they go back to where they began in the American St. Ledger. Jackleberry is 5th by a length and a half. Lake Drop is still 8 from the solo act. It's I Owe You Big Time, who's made every yard so far. Lethal, Lemonade Kid, and Helicopter is last, and 4 furlongs to go. And I Owe You Big Time trying to see it through. I Owe You Big Time in front now as they go to the far side of the course. On the outside is Lumberyard Jack, and toward the inside, Zeidersee. Jackleberry is 4th. On the outside, Bridge of Gold being driven in 5th, 3 furlongs to go. Lake Drop also being asked to pick up. It's I Owe You Big Time. I Owe You Big Time in the shadow of the quarter pole from Lumberyard Jack. Jackleberry's move now. Here's Jackleberry, who's quickened on the outside. Zeidersee, Lumberyard Jack is 4th. Lemon Drop in 5th as they turn for home. It is I Owe You Big Time. Jackleberry's challenge in the final furlong and a half. They pulled away from Zeidersee. Lake Drop is 5th. Then Lumberyard Jack and Lemonade Kid. They're deep in the final furlong. It's the Millionaire, Jackleberry, and Colin O'Donoghue starting to inch away from that longtime leader, I Owe You Big Time. It is Jackleberry in the American St. Ledger, won by a couple of lengths. I Owe You Big Time second. Farther back was Zeidersee with Lake Drop, then Lemonade Kid. Bridge of Gold. Among the back markers was Lumberyard Jack, Lethal, and last home Helicopter.
and Jackleberry for Colin O'Donoghue, and Marco Botti scores the victory, returning $5.20. And as I was watching this race and seeing the fractions put up there for this long-winded race, boy, those horses certainly looked like they were going faster than the teletimer was indicating, setting a new course record, which isn't a surprise. I don't know it for sure, but I'm thinking it might be the first time they ran a mile and 11/16 on the turf course at Arlington. I Owe You Big Time finishing second, and Zyder finishing third, as the 4 horses that were bet down to single digits complete the superfecta on Saturday in the St. Ledger. 3-year-olds on the turf in the Grade 1 Secretariat up next, and I have mentioned from time to time that the 3-year-olds on the turf have great depth in the United States this year, and the 2-to-1 favorite at the head of the class so far, Silver Max.
They're off in the Secretariat Stakes. Handsome Mike and Summer Front from those inside gates. First time blinker Daddy Longlegs, and there goes Silver Max for Robbie Alvarado. As they come past the stands, Silver Max to the forefront, leading Handsome Mike, and Summer Front is up on the early pace too. Daddy Longlegs in fourth. The American Derby winner, Cosetti, fifth toward the inside. Then All Stormy, the French Raider, Bay Rear, and Finnegan's Wake has dropped back to last. Silver Max at the turn. Silver Max takes the field through a quarter in 24 3/5 seconds. Leading over this good ground, Silver Max in front of Handsome Mike and Summer Front, racing a joint second more or less. And Daddy Longlegs is fourth as Silver Max leads them to the back of the course. Cosetti is sixth from the leader. Silver Max after length All Stormy. Bay Rear has a toehold down there at the fence for Christophe Lemaire, and Finnegan's Wake is last of all. A half mile for Silver Max. 48 4/5 seconds, 5 furlongs to go. Silver Max out in front, steady as he goes. Silver Max leading by a length to Summer Front, who's edged into second now from Handsome Mike in the purple cap, third with the rail. Heading to the half-mile pole. Summer Max shoulders the load from Summer Front, and at the inside, Handsome Mike. Daddy Longlegs now quickening. Here's Daddy Longlegs up to vie for this lead. Bay Rear is drawn to within 5 from the front, 3 furlongs to go. Finnegan's Wake up a couple of places, then Cosetti and All Stormy. So through the far turn, Daddy Longlegs sticking a neck in front of Silver Max, right back on terms. Daddy Longlegs, Silver Max, Summer Front, 3 across the course. Handsome Mike's been switched out. Bay Rear toward the inside, Finnegan's Wake, Cosetti and All Stormy. They've turned the corner in the Secretariat Stakes, and Summer Front has taken the lead from Silver Max in the final furlong and a half. Bay Rear is staying on. Finnegan's Wake, Daddy Longlegs has dropped back. Handsome Mike on the far outside, down toward the final half furlong. It's Bay Rear. Bay Rear in front of Finnegan's Wake and Summer Front. Bay Rear for French glory in the Secretariat Stakes under Christophe Lemaire. Bay Rear has won it from Finnegan's Wake. Summer Front finished third, and it's close for fourth.
But it is by Rear, ladies and gentlemen. Well back early for Christophe Lemaire. Scores the comfortable 1 1/4 length victory over Finnegan's Wake. And one of the other good 3-year-olds on the turf in the United States this year, Summer Front, as the second choice in the wagering, finishes third. Barrier going out for the Aga Khan returns $8.40. Silver Max had won 6 in a row this year, ladies and gentlemen. Very sharp on turf, but 5th place in the Grade 1 Secretariat is the best he could do. Take a quick break. When we come back, more Grade 1 action from Arlington.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at capitalotb.com, and live operators ready to take your call. Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone or at capitalotb.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
Save on Hyundais. Save at the pump during the Hyundai National Fuel Efficiency Drive sales event at Leah Hyundai in Albany. Hyundai has 4 models that deliver 40 mpg, and they're all on sale. New 2013 Sonatas, only $269 a month. $269 only first payment down. Take $3,000 off new Santa Fe's and get 0% financing. Plus America's best warranty with Hyundai Assurance. Save on Hyundais. Save at the pump at Leah Hyundai in Albany or LeahHyundaiofAlbany.com.
Leah.
Some people take analyzing a horse race to a whole other level. Tune in every morning at 11 a.m. and get up-to-the-minute analysis of the day's biggest races, breaking news from the racing industry, and our daily best bets, only on OTB TV.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Continuing the Grade 1 action from Arlington Park. Time for the fillies and mares. Mile and 3/16, the 23rd running of the Grade 1 Beverly D. Aruna, the favorite at 3-1.
They're off in the Beverly D, and Aruna stumbled at the start. Romakaka broke sharp, though, for Cisco Torres, along with Capitala. Here's the up. The Irish Raider in the purple cap, and Joviality is also keen as they come past the stands. The early lead to Romakaka heading toward the first turn, but there's pace pressure right away for Romakaka from up, and Joviality 3 wide as they make their way into this first turn. Romakaka leads the way from up and Joviality. At the inside, here's Upperline, who comes on through as they go to the back of the course. Marketing Mix running in 5th. Capitala 6th with the rail. Then I'm a Dreamer stars to shine. Mystical Star is running 8th from the front, and 3 more lengths back to Aruna, who's dropped back to last. Romakaka's opening quarter on this good Arlington ground, 23 3/5 seconds. Romakaka and up is right at her side. Racing up the backstretch. Romakaka narrowly leans up, pressing a bit harder now with 5 furlongs to go. Upper Line is right there too, and Joviality in the green, another close one. Stars to Shine is 5th. Marketing Mix is 6th with the rail, and now they have 4 furlongs to go. I'm a Dreamer in the clear. Then farther back at the inside is the German-bred Capitala, together with Mystical Star, and Aruna trails 9 lengths from leaders to last. 3/4 at 1 minute 12 2/5 seconds. Romakaka still holding down the fort as they move to the turn, but Up's challenge. Up and Romakaka. Joviality is right there now, coming toward the quarter pole. Upper Line being ridden to challenge 4th. I'm a Dreamer 5th. Stars to Shine a wide 6th. Marketing Mix 7th and behind horses. They turn for home. Up in front in the final furlong and a half. Up led. Romakaka against the rail. Joviality on the outside. Here's I'm a Dreamer. Upper Line. Marketing Mix on the outside. They're deep in the final furlong. I'm a Dreamer. Joviality fighting for every yard. On the outside is Marketing Mix. I'm a Dreamer. Marketing Mix. I'm a Dreamer reached out to just win the Beverly D. Marketing Mix was coming fast, though. Joviality finished 3rd. Then Capitale and Upper Line. I'm a Dreamer and Haley Turner in the Beverly D.
I'm a Dreamer, ladies and gentlemen, for Haley Turner, who becomes the first female jockey to win the Beverly D. Scores the upset victory at $14.60. Marketing Mix, having a very nice campaign for Tommy Proctor, finishes 2nd as the barely 2nd choice in the wager. Joviality finishes 3rd. Aruna, ladies and gentlemen, who I thought had a minor stumble at the start. You like the feed from Arlington Park because out of the gate they give you that head-on. And I watched it a couple times. I mean, it certainly isn't what you want. Aruna, not a front-end runner. I didn't think it was that major to never really pick up her feet, never got into the running, and finishes dead last under Ramon Dominguez as the 3-1 favorite in Saturday's Beverly D. Now time for the 30th running of the Arlington Million, and the old gray mare, she certainly isn't what she used to be, but from time to time can still be an outstanding affair.
1.25 miles, they're in the gate. They're off in the Arlington Million. Here's Little Mike and Rahi Strada toward the inside. That cherry red cap of Boisterous on the outside. Wilcox in, and in between horses, Colombian is right there too as they come past the stands. Little Mike to the front. So it's Little Mike, the leader, leading by a length and a half. 2 on the outside. Up close is Wilcox in, right at the leader's quarters. And Colombian toward the inside, tucked in third. Cherokee Lord is keen in fourth. And Crackerjack King in this leading quintet in fifth. And the opening quarter for Little Mike, 25 seconds flat at the turn. Crackerjack King is now saving ground. Then comes Afsari, the one who is very unnerved at the starting point. At the inside of Afsari through the turn is Rahi Strada. Then Vertiformer. Boisterous is settled in, some 9 from the front, and Little Mike charts the course, followed by Treasure Beach, and Wigmore Hall is last. The half mile in 49 and 4/5 seconds. So Ramon Dominguez has the pace in his hands with Little Mike. Little Mike, and it's an easy lead. Wilcox in, tracking that leader with 4.5 furlongs to go. Colombian is right there with a toehold at the fence. Cherokee Lord fourth. Crackerjack King fifth, and 5 from the leader, Little Mike, heading to the half-mile pole. Vertiformer is 3 wide on the course, followed in between horses by Afsari. Rahi Strada is in traffic toward the inside. Then Treasure Beach, Boisterous, and Wigmore Hall has dropped back to last. 3/4 went in a flat 1:15. Little Mike has 3 furlongs to go. Little Mike has made every yard. Wilcoxon still chasing Little Mike. Colombian is right there handy. Then on the outside, Cherokee Lord. Vertiformer being asked to pick up, followed toward the inside by Crackerjack King. Afsari. Boisterous is fanned wide. And then toward the inside is Rahi Strada, followed by Treasure Beach, and last away as they straightened away was Wigmore Hall. Little Mike in the final furlong by 5. Wilcox in toward the inside, Crackerjack King on the outside, Afsari, but inside the final 16th. Little Mike close to the finish. Afsari's closing, but time's up. Little Mike made every yard a winning one. Afsari was second. Bunch finished for third. Rahi Strada was there with Crackerjack King. Colombian and standside was Treasure Beach. It's Little Mike's million.
And I have to say this, folks, when Ramon Dominguez goes into the Hall of Fame, I doubt the first 50 yards of the Arlington Million 2012 is going to be shown. But I have to tell you, folks, I don't know why Joe Bravo lost him out on Little Mike, but Ramon Dominguez, out of the gate, whether it was intentional or not, a brilliant little bump, little action to the right, so he could run a straight line, because as we've known for years, even when they rebuilt Arlington Park, first as Arlington International Racecourse, their biggest race has a goofy starting point, and Little Mike, brilliantly ridden by Ramon Dominguez, returns $9.80. Afsari runs second, and a dead heat, ladies and gentlemen, for third. Rahi Strada, who finished 4th 2 years ago, 5th last year at 15-1 dead heats for third, along with Colombian. But Ramon, just a brilliant ride right out of the gate, put Little Mike on the front end in the Halloween silks, and never looked back for Dale Romans, who has another impressive score on his resume. Going over to Remington Park, ladies and gentlemen, on Saturday evening, they ran the Eddie DeBartolo Memorial.
They're off in the DeBartolo Memorial Handicap. Way well. Golden Yank right there. Safe range, drifting out a bit in early going. In between runners, Don Dulce outside box. Homebrew wants a bit of the lead and will have that as they go past the line first time. It's box Homebrew bobbing heads with safe range. In between runners, Nicky Sandcastle. Golden Yank is a tight 4th. Over at the rail now is Don Dulce 5th as they go to the clubhouse turn. Wide is Skip a Smile. And at the back, Gentle Tap, 5 lengths clear of the trailing En Passant, 8 lengths out of it. Opening quarter in 24 and 1. Through the clubhouse turn, safe range on top now by almost a full length. Box Homebrew applying the pressure from the outside second. Don Dulce at the rail, a close third. In tight 4th, 2 back is Nicky Sandcastle. Gentle Tap ahead better than Golden Yank, 5th and 6th. Skip a Smile 7th. En Passant 8th and gaining ground with the pack. Only 6 lengths now, front to back, 49 and 4 for the half miles. They're tightly bunched up the back stretch. Up front, safe range still there, 3 parts of a length. Box Homebrew still on the right hip. To the left hip is Don Dulce looking and crying out for room. Nicky Sandcastle, a very tight 4th, nowhere to go as they go to the far turn. Golden Yank will be wide in 5th into that bend, 3 furlongs to go. Moving well at the rail, Gentle Tap gaining ground now with every stride. En Passant, Skip a Smile at the back has yet to begin the rally. 4.5 covers front to back, 1:15 and change for 6 furlongs. There's a quarter mile to go. here in the DeBartolo. Safe range now with company on either side. Don Dolce at the rails being asked. Golden Yank swings wide and is right there on even terms. Now clears Nicky Sandcastle. Is there any energy left, though, to get through? Furlong to go. Golden Yank outside. Don Dolce inside. Nicky Sandcastle coming on third. Don Dolce has it by a half length. Nicky Sandcastle is all out. Final strides. Don Dolce inside. Nicky Sandcastle. Don Dolce will win the DeBartolo by a bobbing head over a furious rally late by Nicky Sandcastle.
And Don Dolce, ladies and gentlemen, scores the victory. Second time Steve Asmussen coming off of a turf race for Brian McNeil scores the head victory, returning $21.80. The two favorites in reverse order run second and third. Nicky Sandcastle at 5-2 run second. And Golden Yank, the 2-1 favorite, finishes third in Saturday evening's DeBartolo. Out Washington way now, ladies and gentlemen. The 77th running of the two-turn, 1 mile, Long Acres Mile, the defending champ, Awesome Gem, 2-1.
Away they race, and coming out the best, Hudson Landing with Assessment. Grabbing their lead, though, Winning Machine on the inside and deeper on the track. Racing up on 4 wide, as Taylor said. 4 across the track out the stretch. Jump Up and Kiss Me and Bail Out the Minister right behind them with St. Liam's Halo wide. On the rails, Awesome Gem in a bunched field. Next to last is Jabrika, and Gallant Sun is last. About 8 lengths at the most covers them, and Winning Machine's on top. Winning Machine ahead to Hudson Landing. Racing up third, 3 wide, Taylor said. Jump Up and Kiss Me hugs the rail. A neck to Bail Out the Minister, followed by Assessment. Behind the main bunch, St. Liam's Halo. 2 lengths away, Awesome Gem is third last. Off the rails, Gallant Sun, and Jabrika is last. Winning Machine has controlled the mile so far. Hudson Landing alongside, and 3 wide goes Taylor said, and they race along to the half mile by a length to Bail Out the Minister, and Russell Bay's right behind them with Jump Up and Kiss Me the inside. A length away, St. Liam's Halo. Assessment making forward move. 2.5 to Awesome Gem. Gallant Sun and Jabrika is last. Winning Machine strings them along. Got away a length in front. Hudson Landing dips out dramatically, and Taylor said keeps a long pace with Winning Machine, but they've come away. Running to third, St. Liam's Halo. Off the track, Gallant Sun's run to fourth. Jabrika's winding up as they corner. Taylor said about to pounce on Winning Machine, top of the lane. Winning Machine and Taylor said duel in the mile. Winning Machine narrowly. Taylor said alongside there, 3 in front. Taylor said and Mario Gutierrez hit the front. Winning Machine on the inside, but it's a 2-horse battle. Taylor said in front. Winning Machine fighting on. Taylor said. Winning Machine. Taylor said a neck in front. Winning Machine coming back. Taylor said has won the mile. Taylor said from Winning Machine. Third, Awesome Gem, and then came St. Liam's Halo.
But it is Taylor said, ladies and gentlemen, coming off of a track record at Hastings Park 13 days earlier, ridden by Mario Gutierrez as the second choice. They returned $7.20. Now, Gladding was an early morning scratch for John Sadler with a fever. Might have been co-choice in here. Winning Machine finishes second. Awesome Gem, the 2-1 favorite with $2.8 million in the bank. The defending champ finishes third in this year's running of the Long Acres Mile. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, week's action from Del Mar.
Leah Auto Group, going miles above the rest. When your car needs service, Leah has you covered. We offer daily service specials, including our 1977 oil change. Book your next appointment online at leahcars.com or just stop by any Leah location at your convenience. No appointment necessary. Visit Leah Toyota, Nissan, Honda, and Hyundai on Central Avenue or Leah Infinity in Latham. Open 7 days a week and online all the time at leahcars.com.
Leah!
Listen to what people are saying about the Clubhouse Racebook.
I've been coming here for well over 30 years to the OTB, and I think this is an outstanding facility. Probably comparable to something you'd see in Vegas. They have the big screens there, and then they have the auxiliary screens for, watching all the tracks. And the primary tracks of the day, they'll switch to the big screens, which is ideal for most of us race guys. We like to see the big races on the big screen. Well done.
With more than 70 convenient locations, internet wagering at capitalotb.com, and live operators ready to take your call, Capital OTB is the better choice for wagering on thoroughbred and harness racing. Stop by one of our locations to bet in person, or open a Capital Bets account and place your bets over the phone or at capitalotb.com. Whether you're on the road or in the comfort of your own home, Capital OTB is the better choice.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food. We're all about savings. We're all about you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Going out Del Mar Way Friday afternoon, a mile on the turf. This is the Sandy Blue by Rama, 3-2.
And away they go. All came out well. Don't Get Mad Alexis going for the early lead. On the outside comes Lady 10. Down at the rail, Grazer is now moving up. By Rama's pretty keen to go on, taking a strong hold. On the outside, Cozy Up Lady and Customer Base last, but only 5 lengths would cover them all. Into the turn they go. Don't Get Mad Alexis. Not in any hurry out here. Leads it by a length. In the second spot is Lady 10. Tucked in at the rail is Grazer. Been followed then by Cozy Up Lady in the 4th position. By Rama is back in 5th. Gives them 4.5 length start. And the trailer Customer Base. Onto the backstretch they go. Don't Get Mad Alexis at the rail. Now joined by Lady 10. Those two lead it just over a length. Grazer is tucked in down at the rail with Cozy Up Lady in the white cap. Those 4 2 lengths separate. A gap of 3 back to By Rama, and Customer Base is last. 6 lengths would cover the lot. They've run past a half-mile pole, and Don't Get Mad Alexis kicks on at the rail. Lady 10 still right up alongside of her. In behind that, Cozy Up Lady, Grazer down at the rail. Here's By Rama, still got 4.5 to make up. A length and a half to Customer Base. They are coming to the top of the lane. Don't Get Mad Alexis at the rail. Now here comes Cozy Up Lady in the white cap. Lady 10 between them in with a big shot. Grazer in the red cap. By Rama coming to tackle, and Customer Base wide open. By Rama dives for a rail run. And it's By Rama now fast on the inside. Grazer is right there too on the outside. Cozy Up Lady. Grazer, Cozy Up Lady, Lady 10, driving finish, Lady 10, I think Lady 10 to Grazer, and then a 3-way photo for 3rd. 5 of them hit it together.
But it is Lady 10. Rafael Bejarano probably going to set a new record at Del Mar for stakes victories at 1 meet. Scores the victory for Bob Baffert and Mercedes Stable. Lady 10 returns $9.40. Grazer finishes 2nd with Cozy Up Lady finishing 3rd. By Rama finishes off the board. They took blinkers off, the 3-2 favorite. She finishes 4th. Lady 10, ladies and gentlemen, 7 career starts on the turf now, never off the board. 3 firsts, 3 seconds, 1 third. An offspring of Rock Hard 10. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a homebred on top of a homebred. If you remember Mercedes Stables and their very, very fancy silks, they campaign Rock Hard 10. Saturday afternoon, grade 1 action for 3-year-old fillies on the turf, going a mile and 1/8 in the Del Mar Oaks. The even money favorite, Lady of Shamrock.
Feel for the grade 1 Del Mar Oaks sent on their way. They all came out smoothly. Best Present Ever wants the early lead and goes on to take it. Eden's Moon is right up alongside. Indigo Rivers tucked in 3rd along the inside. Just in behind that comes My Gigi, only 3 lengths off these leaders. On the outside, Mary Files has now moved up to be a joint 3rd, been followed by Open Water. Then back to Long Face, who's 3rd last. Stormy Lucy 2nd last, and favourite Lady of Shamrock trails. Lady of Shamrock 8 off the lead. Into the turn they go, and Best Present Ever at the rail, and Eden's Moon. Just take them along a steady pace, not in any hurry. They lead it by a length and a half. Indigo Rivers in 3rd. On the far side, Mary Files right there too. They've been followed by My Gigi and Open Water. In behind that comes Stormy Lucy. Along the inside is Long Face. And still Lady of Shamrock trailing. Still gives them 8 length start. They head off to the half-mile pole, and Eden's Moon on the far side takes the advantage. Eden Moon kicks on for home. Best Present Ever's on the inside of that. They followed by Mary Files, Indigo River at the rail, then Open Water. My Gigi in the white cap, 4 lengths off them, been followed by Stormy Lucy. In behind that, Long Face, and Lady of Shamrock starting to wind up. Lady of Shamrock now only 4 lengths off the leaders. They take close order at the top of the lane now in the Oaks on the inside. Best Present Ever comes back. Eden's Moon between them. Open Water on the outside. Lady of Shamrock's forced to go 8 wide. But Lady of Shamrock moving into contention. Grandstand side. Homeward bound Open Water. Lady of Shamrock on the outside running a big one. Between them Stormy Lucy, but Lady of Shamrock goes on by. Stormy Lucy tries to go with her on the inside. Lady of Shamrock and Mike Smith have won the Del Mar Oaks. Lady of Shamrock, Stormy Lucy, a big run in second. Behind that, Open Water and My Gigi.
And as you watch the racing from Del Mar, and they put up the odds of the horses, and all the odds are in white except for the favorite, Lady of Shamrock. Even money, last for much of this race under Mike Smith. Took the overland route, which probably made Mike Smith, the Hall of Famer, feel very, very comfortable. Scores the half-length victory coming off of her victory in the American Oaks, defeating Stormy Lucy, who ran off the board in the American Oaks. Stormy Lucy runs second at 43-1. Open Water runs third at 25-1. My Gigi, 6-1, finishes fourth. So with an even money favorite, ladies and gentlemen, the superfecta comes back better than $6,300. The report in the racing form, the chart says Lady of Shamrock was 6 wide coming into the stretch. You heard Trevor Denman say 8 wide. You get the point, but John Sadler sends out the winner for this year's Del Mar Oaks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at about 7:45 on Sunday evening, East Coast time, I know it's Fillies and Mares sprinting at 6.5 at Del Mar, Grade 3 company. But this, when the year wraps up, will be one of the performances of the year, at least in one person's opinion. At 7-5, Winding Way.
And away they go, and the favourite Winding Way was left in the gate. Winding Way's last early. Quickest out of the gate here is Indian Gracie along the inside. Now Sugar in the Morning in the red. Glamour Easter is right there as well, and Home Sweet Aspens are joined third. They've been followed by Moonstruck Meyer in fifth, then another gap of 3.5 back to Rumour. And Winding Way going to have to be exceptional to win this one. She's a good 9 off the leader. They run past the half-mile pole. Sugar in the Morning in front by a length. Moonstruck Meyer now goes up to take second. Alongside of that comes Home Sweet Aspen. On the inside of that is Glamour Easter. On the far side we have Indian Gracie trying to make some headway. Behind them comes Rumour. Rumour is now 6 off the leaders and another 2.5 to Winding Way. They have a 1/4 mile to go, and Sugar in the Morning hugs the rail and kicks for home. Sugar in the Morning's the leader. In second, Moonstruck Meyer. Now Rumour. Winding Way's trying to run a huge one. And look at this, grandstand side, orange cap. Winding Way's coming from an impossible position. Sugar in the Morning on the inside. Winding Way running her heart out in the centre. Winding Way up alongside of Sugar in the Morning. Sensational Winding Way from last to first. Winding Way wins. Sugar in the Morning second. Rumour finished third.
Now you might ask, 7-5 favorite wins a race, but Winding Way in the first 2 career starts, ladies and gentlemen, for Carla Gaines, has shown very good early foot. And on Sunday night was flat-footed when they sprung the latch. Here's the comment in the racing form. Winding Way turned her head, hesitated, hopped, and was away behind the field, I'd say, and then just put in a powerful run. Now, what made this even more impressive to me, at the 8th pole, while Winding Way was changing leads, you had to feel very strongly she was going to score the victory after giving the field about a 10-length lead early, but returns $4.80. More stakes action from Sunday evening at Del Mar. A mile on the turf to Salina Beach at 2-1 on Taurus World.
And away they go. Magic School and Sparkling Style from the inside gates was out fast, but now Magic School's been taken back. Sparkling Style goes on to lead them. Logical Single is right there with Antares World, and then we come back to Blendara. They followed by A Jealous Woman, taken back 4th last today, A Jealous Woman, a good 8 lengths off those leaders. In behind that comes Unusual Hottie, just been patiently ridden. In behind Unusual Hottie's Halo Dolly, and being pulled up here's Warren's Jitterbug. Number 6, Warren's Jitterbug, did not go on, pulled up on the turn. They move on to the backstretch and Sparkling Style now. Rafael Bejarano tries to slow them down on the lead. On the far side, Logical Single now goes up a closer second. Antari's World is right there in third. A gap of 3 back to Blendara. Magic School, Red Cap at the rail. They're all getting closer now. A Jealous Woman in the gold. Now only 5 off the leaders. In behind that, we have Unusual Hottie and Halo Dolly. Into the turn they go, and it's still Sparkling Style showing the way a half a length. Logical Single second. Antari's World is along the inside. On the far side, Blendara moving into contention. Then comes Magic School. Alongside of that comes Unusual Hottie, 5 off them. They are coming to the top of the lane, and Sparkling Style, the leader, tackled on all sides, and Terry's World down at the rail. Blendara, the Greys, running a big one. On the inside, Unusual Hottie, and here's Halo Dolly, extreme outside. Halo Dolly's coming, flying. Halo Dolly, grandstand side, Unusual Hottie. Halo Dolly in front. Halo Dolly, perfectly ridden up to one of the neck. Halo Dolly, big run from Unusual Hottie. Close then, 3-way photo for third.
But it is Hello Dolly, who was last early, returns $8.80 for Jerry Hollendorfer and Joe Talamo. Unusual Hottie finishes second with Sparkling Style, who made all the early running, finishing third. Antari's World, the 2-1 favorite. First time Jeff Mullins checks in 5th in Sunday's Salina Beach. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, Monday through Sunday action from Saratoga.
What would another ShopRite mean for you?
It means more chef-prepared meals to take home and call my own.
Another place to get help with healthy eating.
And another place to get fresh fish.
Another ShopRite in the Capital District, 709 Central Avenue. Another ShopRite. That means more chef-prepared meals, another dietitian, and more fresh produce. Get more choices and even more savings with ShopRite's growing family.
We're all about food, we're all about savings, we're all about you.
Hello racing fans, I'm Robert Lee, the newest member of the Capital OTB team. Follow me throughout the Saratoga racing season for all the late-breaking updates and racing information from right here in the paddock on Twitter @CapitalOTB. There you'll find our handicappers' picks, updated and instant analysis, and so much more. So don't forget to follow us on Twitter @CapitalOTB. We'll see you there.
You could wait for money to start falling from the sky, or you could head down to the all-new Clubhouse Racebook and get in the game. With live horse racing on more than 250 flat-screen TVs, state-of-the-art wagering terminals, fantastic food and drinks, and amazing Vegas-style atmosphere with seating for nearly 900 of your closest friends. Conveniently located at 711 Central Avenue, right off Exit 5 of I-90 in Albany, the Clubhouse Racebook is the better choice.
Leah Collision does it all. Tow it in or drive right up to Leah Collision, the area's largest certified collision center. Make Leah Collision your first call after an accident and let their certified staff guide you through the process. Our experts repair your vehicle quickly and affordably. We accept all makes, models, and insurance companies, and there's never an appointment needed for an estimate. Leah does it all. It's so big here, we even have a car rental center. Make your collision decision an easy one. The Leah Collision Center, because we do it all.
Leah!
Monday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, the first running of the Coronation Cup, Sweet Cat, 3-1.
And they're off. Kiss in the Forest and the Sweet Cat. Kiss in the Forest goes on with it. On the outside, heaven knows what moves to second. And then it's Sweet Cat racing third. Early Dollar Ford toward the inside. Spun Cap is now fifth. Quick Flip races sixth. Pearl in the Sand seventh on the inside, followed by Sensible Lady. Sharp Sally trails into the far turn. Kiss in the Forest whips that field around the far turn out there by a length. Heaven knows what on the chase, just 3/4 of a length behind in second, followed by Alidara running in third, and then Spun Cap and Sweet Cat. And on the far outside, Sensible Lady starting to pick off horses, but she had to go very wide with that move. Pearl in the Sand cuts the corner beautifully. They are at the top of the stretch now. Heaven knows what comes away with the narrow lead. Heaven knows what narrowly. Kiss in the Forest is second as Sensible Lady continues to close down the far outside. and it is Sensible Lady. Pulling away through the stretch to do it here, followed by Kiss in the Forest second. Up for third was Spun Cap. Heaven knows what was fourth.
But it is Sensible Lady, ladies and gentlemen, going out for Tim Salzman, ridden by Xavier Perez, scoring the comfortable 2 3/4 length victory as the second choice in the wagering, returning $8.30. Kiss in the Forest finishing second with Spun Cap third. Sweet Cat, the 3-1 favorite, finishes sixth in Monday's Coronation Cup. Wednesday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, another turf sprint to bring you the 9th running of the Troy Stakes, 7-5 Bridgetown.
And they're off. Tangled start for Weekawawachi. Bridgetown is the quickest out of there. And Freudian Dilemma comes on through between horses. Perfect Officer on the outside. Regally Ready back running in fourth. Then Zeb and Night Officer. The late starting Weekawawachi is the trailer up the backstretch run. Bridgetown leads. Pressed hard by Perfect Officer as they hit the far turn. Regally Ready down toward the inside. Freudian Dilemma's alongside him. And out there 3 wide at Zeb. 22-1 was the opening quarter mile. Around the far turn, Perfect Officer, Bridgetown going at each other. They're full throttle now as they come to the top of the stretch. 4 lengths back to Freudian Dilemma. Regally Ready down inside. Zeb on the outside. Off the turn into the stretch. Bridgetown fighting hard to hold that lead. Still pressing hard first, the Perfect Officer, but it is Bridgetown who's kicking away. Bridgetown is the leader as Perfect Officer keeps on fighting him all the way around the racetrack. It comes down to the wire, and it goes to Bridgetown. Perfect Officer second, and Weekawawachi was third. Close for fourth.
And in a very, very competitive contest, Bridgetown scores the victory under John Velasquez for Todd Pletcher. First win, going 0 for 3 since winning last year's Troy Stakes, now 4 for 5 at the spot, including winning the Latham Stakes a couple years ago when that was a 5.5 furlong turf sprint. Thursday afternoon, time for the New York Breds to go a mile and a 16th. The Colts and Geldings in the West Point. Odds on Compliance Officer.
And they're off. Johannesburg Smile, Compliance Officer, and Abilio sent to that opening on the rail. And Street Game hung out 4 wide into the clubhouse turn. And they're followed by Majestic Raffi, who's fifth. And then Mini Punt and Lubash at the back. Around the first turn, Johannesburg Smile and Street Game forcing the hand early here, going up second on the outside. And Abilio taking in hand to run back in third. And Compliance Officer has backed off that pace a little bit. He's now fourth and on the outside. And then Mini Punt together with Majestic Raffi. Break of another 3 back to Lubash, the trailer. So the field moves down the backstretch run with Johannesburg Smile setting the pace. Alongside and well held is Street Game. Street Game in no hurry to get by yet. Then down toward the inside, it's Abilio and Compliance Officer right up there. On the outside, he's fourth with a half mile remaining here. Then Mini Punt, Majestic Raffi, and Lubash at the back. Into the far turn. It's still Johannesburg Smile narrowly. And now Street Game edges ever closer second with 3 furlongs remaining. And Compliance Officer, the favorite, poised on the outside third. Compliance Officer Javier Castellano says go with him as they come to the top of the stretch. Lubash coming with a big run there on the far outside. Majestic Raffi at the rail. Nothing left for Johannesburg Smile. Here comes Lubash. Lubash, last on the backstretch, has come roaring by. And Lubash takes the lead outside the 8th pole. Followed on the rail by Street Game, Compliance Officer, Mini Punt, and Majestic Raffi coming down to the finish. And it is Lubash with a blitz at the quarter pole to win by 2. Mini Punt in a tight photo with Compliance Officer for second. And farther back, Majestic Raffi was fourth.
Lubash, ladies and gentlemen, as the second choice in the wagering, returns $9.50 for the upset victory. Not much of an upset, the second choice in the wagering for Christophe Colon. Mini Punt The second longest shot on the board for John Velasquez finished second, and the compliance officer, best he could do at 4-5 is finished third. Quick note in here, I thought Street Game, who ran fifth as the third choice in the wagering. I don't know if the race could have gone any worse for Ramon Dominguez, but it couldn't have gone any better for Jose Lescano and Lou Bosch in Thursday's West Point. Friday afternoon, the showdown between Gitche Gumee and Hessenite in the Yadu.
And they're off. Elusive Rumor racing for that lead. Mystic City's there on the outside. They race for the first turn, and it will be Elusive Rumor to take the lead. Elusive Rumor establishes the early lead. Mystic City on the outside, Considerate on the rail runs in third, followed on the outside by Hot Splash fourth. And Hessenite is right together with Gitche Gumee. Those two near the back of the pack. The last of all is Dreaming of Kara, so they turn into the backstretch. And Elusive Rumor has established a 5-length lead here. Mystic City back running along in second. And Considerate on the inside of Hot Splash. And the two main protagonists here are right next to each other. Gitche Gumee is down on the inside of Hessenite, and that pair is about 7 from the lead. Dreaming of Kara trails the field as Elusive Rumor takes him through an opening quarter mile, posted in 25 and 1/5 second. About a half mile from home after a 49 3/2. In the meantime, still 5 lengths away from the front runner remain Gitche Gumee and Hessenite. They're still racing next to each other as they round the far turn. So it's Elusive Rumor on top. Mystic City's asked for more now. Considerate has had a good trip so far, just in behind the lead and racing third. And Hot Splash is put to an all-out drive fourth. Hessenite makes a move now on the outside, and nowhere to go, at least for the moment, is Gitche Gumee is caught behind a wall of horses. So they're at the top of the stretch. Hessenite making that move on the far outside. Still has to get to Elusive Rumor. Mystic City's in between those two. Gitche Gumee takes to the outside in the final furlong. Hessenite to the lead. Hessenite in front. Mystic City, Elusive Rumor. Gitche Gumee getting on track late, and they're coming down to the finish, and it will be Hessenite. Hessenite the winner by a length and a half. Mystic City completes that exacta. 4 of them across the track for third money.
And this time, Hessenite, the second choice in the wagering at 6-5, scores the easy length and a quarter victory for David Donk and Ramon Dominguez. Mystic City at 18-1 finishing second, and Elusive Rumor finishing third. Gitche Gumee, the 6-5 betting favorite, can do no better than fourth in the 33rd running of the Yadu. Saturday afternoon, 2 Grade 1 races to bring you. Up first, the Sword Dancer, point of entry 7-5.
Off in the Sword Dancer Invitational. Point of entry and Turbo Compressor up there on the outside. Right there in between them, it's Center Divider. So they make their way for the first turn, and the Turbo Compressor out there early on, and not far behind his point of entry, along with Center Dividers out there on the outside. 2 lengths back in Brilliant Speed is fourth early on, followed by Tahoe Lake fifth. Newsdad going to come from mid-pack today. 2 lengths back to Al Khali, who's allowed to settle along in an easy gallop here. And then Hailstone, and at the back of the pack is Game Ball. So they move by us now for the first time. Turbo Compressor with his usual front-running tack out there with a measured lead over Center Divider. Point of entry covered up nicely in behind Turbo Compressor. Brilliant Speed is moving comfortably, and he's pretty close to the pace today because the pace is pretty moderate. The first quarter went in 24 4, the half up in 49 2/5 seconds. So they move for the clubhouse turn. Turbo Compressor. Now Newsdad's made a move. In mid-pack earlier, now he's right up and on the pace. Starting to force the issue is Longshot Newsdad. And then in between horses, it is Center Dividers now second. Newsdad back to third. Point of entry races fourth. And then Brilliant Speed, who's eager to go, but he's still on hold about 3 lengths from the lead. And then it's Tahoe Lake. Al Khali still in the comfort zone. Break him another 3 to Hailstone. Last of all, Longshot Game Ball. Halfway home in 1:13 3. Up the backstretch, it's Turbo Compressor. Still right there with him. On the outside is Center Divider. Newsdad in the clear. And Point of Entry has had a beautiful trip so far. Just in behind the lead. He's been covered up the whole way with a half mile remaining here. And then it's Brilliant Speed running along in fifth. followed by Tahoe Lake on the outside of Alcali, who was about 8 or 9 from the lead. Into the far turn, Turbo Compressor, center divider. Now they're both in a drive here, all out. And just in behind them looms Point of Entry on the outside. Newsdad still fighting on. And then it's Brilliant Speed, who's following Newsdad into the stretch. Alcali down toward the inside. Tahoe Lake to the far outside. Wild final furlong coming here in the Sword Dancer. And here comes Point of Entry, who's running to daylight. Point of Entry coming down to the line. Alcali, then Newsdad down toward the rail in Brilliant Speed. And in the Hall of Fame hands of Johnny Velasquez, and a Hall of Fame ride it was. Point of Entry wins the Sword Dancer. Alcali was second, Brilliant Speed was third, and Newsdad was fourth.
And it couldn't look any easier for Shug McGahee and John Velasquez. And John Velasquez went in the Hall of Fame 8 days earlier, and athletes get in zones, and John Velasquez is in one of those zones, ladies and gentlemen. Point of Entry, a 4-length victory. Alcali finishing second, and Brilliant Speed finishes third in the Grade 1 Sword Dancer Invitational. The other Grade 1 on Saturday afternoon, just like 2011, figured to be a showdown for the top of the division for 3-year-old fillies at even money. Grace Hall trying to add to her spinaway victory.
And they're off. So Impressive is looking for that lead today, and so too is Questing. And Questing goes on with it. So Impressive second to her inside. Just in behind now, it's Grace Hall, who pushes on through in between horses. On the outside in Lingerie, races in fourth. At the back of the pack, it's Sea Island down inside her, and caught wide indeed. Bumping there was Via Villaggio, along with Uptown Birdie, who took the worst of it. In the meantime, it's Questing on top. Questing to set the pace here as they race into the backstretch one. So Impressive down inside, Grace Hall alongside, and in Lingerie. So the coaching club winner leads the way. 3 Grade 1 winners right in behind. Grace Hall of the Delaware Oaks. So Impressive of the Mother Goose. In Lingerie of the Black-Eyed Susan. Those 4 in this all-star field in the Alabama. 5 or 6 lengths back now to Via Villaggio, then Sea Island. And at the back of the pack, Uptown Birdie. A grueling half mile here for Questing. 46 seconds flat as they move for the half-mile pole. Questing continues to pound out these grueling fractions. Grace Hall still right there, running along in second. In Lingerie on the outside. So Impressive at the rail, rounding the far turn here at the Old Spa. 3/4, 109 and 3. Can Questing keep up this brutal pace? She's still out there by 2. Here's in Lingerie moving to second. And So Impressive is back to third. And Grace Hall has tailed off into fourth. And then it's Via Villaggio as Questing turns for home. The mile up in 1:35 flat, and Questing still going strong. Opening up here, 5-length lead. Leaving in Lingerie, back running in second, So Impressive third, and they're coming down to the finish. A spectacular, exhilarating performance by Questing to win the Alabama by 8. In Lingerie was second by another 8. Via Villaggio was third. So Impressive fourth.
Questing, who did a home run trot in the stretch once again, is the 9-length victory in what I believe is the second fastest Alabama ever, behind Gold for Juan 22 years ago. Questing, the second choice in the wagering, makes every poll a winning one. Have to think that it was a tight, quick racetrack, 22 and change, 46.01, 109, and Questing was just gearing up. In Lingerie, who I happen to love in the Alabama, finished a non-threatening second, 8 lengths in front of Villa Villaggio. So Impressive finishes fourth. She comes out of the race injured, probably retired, and Grace Hall, even money, you knew she was in trouble at the half-mile pole, finishes 5th in the Alabama. Sunday afternoon, 3-year-old fillies on the turf going 1 mile and 1/8, even money, Stephanie's Kitten.
And they're off. Center Court and Medellina break together for the lead. Medellina, though, steps out. And deferring, Center Court back in second. And Stephanie's Kitten holds that position at the rail. Better Lucky on the outside, followed by Disposable Pleasure. And Somali Lemonade trails the field as they make that long run here to the clubhouse turn. So Metalina in the role of the pacemaker today, out there by length center court, just off her flank. Stephanie's Kitten hugs the rail. Better Lucky just a tad wide. Disposable Pleasure and Somali Lemonade. The opening quarter was 23 and 3/5 seconds into the backstretch run. Metalina setting the pace, a controlled length over center court, who's well held while running along in second. Stephanie's Kitten holding that spot down toward the rail, followed by Better Lucky, 2 lengths back to Disposable Pleasure, and Somali Lemonade still allowed to trail the field. She's about 8 lengths from Metalina down the backstretch run. Slowed the tempo down a bit. The half was 48 and 4/5 seconds. Center court locked on like a laser beam to the front runner here. Metalina on the inside. Stephanie's Kittens had a ground-saving trip so far. Still that way with about 3 furlongs to go. And it's Better Lucky who remains in fourth. Positions unchanged throughout here as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. And it's Metalina now. She's coming under pressure from center court. Better Lucky takes to the outside. Stephanie's Kitten looms in behind the lead as they turn for home. Metalina still there for the final furlong. Center court is full out. Stephanie's Kitten down on the fence, and Better Lucky on the outside. They're coming down to the finish now. Metalina digs down bravely. Center court forges to the lead, and Stephanie's Kitten gets running room and runs on to win. Stephanie's Kitten, produced very late in the game, goes on to get it. Center court and Somali Lemonade.
And a powerful run for this offspring of Kitten's Joy scores the half-length convincing victory under John Velasquez. Center court finishes second off of her victory in the Lake George. Somalia Lemonade finishes third in this year's running of the Woodford Reserve Lake Placid. That wraps up this week's edition of Horses and Courses. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your stakes action from around the country, including this year's running of the Travers Saturday afternoon at the Spa.